Right, I thought I would make a little video showing how messed up my wiper is. Okay, that's not the main part of the video. This is actually just showing how to refit the sump or oil pan, whatever you want to call it, onto a V70 P80 platform. Now, I followed all the online guides. I followed Robert DIY's guide and various other ones online on the Matthews Volvo page and so on and so forth. And everyone said, and I'm happy I did this, to do a few dry runs with the sump, test fit it multiple times, work out a way of getting it back on that's you know, works for you type of thing. I'm very glad that I did that because it's an absolute pain. Now I don't know whether or not this is just because mine's a right hand drive, although from what I could see in the pictures the power steering lines seem to take the same route. But yeah, I've had to make a bit of space under here. Now I bent this out of the way. You're not supposed to apparently, but it does make the job a lot easier. It's quite thin, so it'll bend back up with a bit of heat. Same there. I'm not entirely sure what these are for. Hopefully someone might be able to tell me. That is not a gearbox leak, that is just from oil that's ran out from under here before people start going on about it. But yeah, what I've ended up having to do is remove the driver's side or passenger side if you're in the US and Europe engine mount, basically the right hand side. Removed that and supported it very precariously with some box section. Now this is what a lot of other people have done. They remove the engine mount, which makes total sense. You're not going to get it back in without that removed, or if you are, you're incredibly lucky. And what I ended up doing as well is removing, well, loosening off and pulling the power steering pipe out of the way, because normally this pipe sits behind this piece here. I'm going to put the light on. There we go. Yeah, normally this pipe sits up here, and not many people have mentioned about removing this, but when I was doing my test fits, I found the sump just kept fouling on this as well. It was just getting caught, and it was very, very annoying. So yeah, what I've done is loosen this in the various places, like so there, up here as well. Again, this is all just the same as the left-hand drive from what I can tell. I think maybe the lines will be different up here with the rack, but yeah, over here I do believe it's all the same. Moved this out of the way and actually brought it down over the engine there, so that's part of the block, that's where the mount bolts onto, at least one part of it, and just pushed it down enough that it actually came down over this, which then meant I could actually get the sump up and in, because it kept catching on this, the oil pickup. That's where I was having the issues. Managed to get it to fit here. That pipe there fouls slightly when you're putting it in, but you can just push it out the way a bit more. Didn't really want to bend the lines, luckily I don't think I have. But yeah, it actually now goes straight in and up, because if you try putting it in at too much of an angle, it fouls on this, because this has to go into that hole there, which it will, as long as you put it on pretty straight. So now that I've worked it out, move this out of the way and yeah, push that out, have this all supported. Unfortunately that mount at the back has started leaking, so I'm going to have to replace that. I think that was just dead anyway, to be fair. Yeah, this is all supported. It's very precariously supported. I originally had this further in, but again, then the sump caught on this, my block. So this is just supporting the engine and holding it up out of the way a bit more. But yeah, now this will actually fit in pretty straightforward. So happy about that. It means I can clean the bottom of the engine now, get all this crud out, give all the meeting surface, good clean up, and get it attached, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow, and then put the sealing rings in here and here. So I've already done the ones in here in the oil pickup pipes. It's cleaned up pretty good. So yeah, I just thought I would make this random video just showing how I found it to work. All the other guides didn't, well, they worked about 98%, but I just had to move pipes out of the way a bit more. So I've got a big cable tie wrapped around the power steering line, the fuel line as well, which you can see there. That's just been cable tied over out of the way. I need to put that back properly anyway, since I did the manual conversion. I couldn't find anywhere that this actually clipped on, so it was just sitting in there. But yeah, that's kind of how I found the easiest way of doing it so far.